All right, good evening, fellas. And tonight, got another very special guest, another fella from down in Melbourne, Mr. Bo Newland. Welcome to the hot seat, I suppose, Bo. How are you?
Yeah, the hot seat feels good. How are we? How are we, gang?
Yeah, nice, mate. Now, Bo, you're someone that's very much you'd probably even be a stranger to a lot of the guys on the program because you're one of the people that very much kept to yourself in the content. We'd have our regular catch ups as well, but I mean, you're pretty busy man yourself, so that's one aspect of the program that you didn't need to involve yourself into too much.
Mm. Which is a bit unfortunate. It's something that I wish I did have a bit more time to share some of my stories, which is what brings us here today. So
Yeah, no,
I'd
no,
like
look,
to share some of that.
yeah, no, no, too easy, mate. Now, mate, you're down in Melbourne. But now, what are you doing for work again?
Electrical linesman, so working on power
Okay.
line.
Gotcha. So quite dangerous work, I imagine.
Yeah, yep.
Be careful. But mate, paint us a picture. I mean, before we first spoke and you joined the program, what was going on in your world at that time?
Big changes. I was one of them men who grew up in a very broken family. Mum and dad not together. Dad was a bit of an alcoholic. A lot of childhood traumas, you would call it.
Yep.
Which is, Charlie's course has definitely given me them tools to manoeuvre and get through them type things, which has been really good. So
Yeah, that's been a good
cut a long
story.
story short, had a very try and keep it quick and simple. Had a very
Hang on.
troubled childhood and hit the drugs pretty hard. I was addicted to methamphetamines for a good 6 years.
Yep.
Started to develop them very possessive, stalkerish, untrustworthy, sort of bad vibes and bad habits.
Yep.
Found myself incarcerated for 3 years due to them issues and drug addictions and
Yep.
not a very healthy man, let's put it.
No, you weren't walking down a good path there, mate. And ultimately, sort of time. I mean, obviously, time inside made you rethink things.
Yeah, definitely.
And when you obviously started in the program, I remember, very excited to join at the time, and I think we actually recorded an interview, mate. I think, but for the life of me, I'm still trying to find it. I do hope we can find it because it'd be great to go back and have a snapshot in time. But as you work through the program, I mean, nothing about it you found difficult, mate.
No, very, very easy program. Very, very simple to do in your own time, which is something that I definitely struggled with. I'm more of a homebody. Don't like to admit I've got problems until sometimes it's too late. So this course kind of gave you that confidence to do it at your own leisure and realise it's okay to speak, which really gave you that.
It's been, sort of a little epiphany and just learning epiphany after learning epiphany along the journey, I suppose, which is, from my point of view, has been great to witness and be a part of. And then, we were going for, I'm not sure how many months it was, mate, and then you had a pretty bad accident. And so we sort of literally stopped the program for quite a while.
Yeah, so I started back in February 2022, I reckon it was. 23, I had a bad motorcycle accident. So I've pretty much only just started picking up the pieces, basically, again. It's been a long journey. One of my main reasons for picking up the pieces, I've got a sick dad. To give you a little insight of how powerful this course is, in emotional times, I'll paint you a picture. This morning at 9 o'clock, I got a phone call. Dad's not well. He's looking like he might have a matter of, could be hours, could be days. And to paint in a picture, the tools that are available in this course really give you that emotional strength and drive instead of where you'd go back and hit the drugs or pick up a can of alcohol. You can actually look at me now. I'm sitting here having a conversation, put my time into something.
Mate, it's bloody fantastic. I mean, you've come such a long way, mate. You're so focused on anger at the start of the journey. I remember, and that slowly went into the back as you grew more in confidence in your ability to change state and keep resourceful. So no, it's been fantastic. And then you sort of headed off again. I didn't hear from you for a little while then, mate, until recently, yeah?
Yeah, headed off again. and then found myself in a bit of a pickle with the new partner that I've got. So I've been dating a partner that's been up and down. Once again, my insecurities, which are all past insecurities from old drug addictions and overthinking and overanalyzing, which is something that there's definitely tools in there for you boys to use. Like it does help, and it has helped. So I was
yeah, look, one of the things I'm speaking to the guys about all the time, and I speak to regularly, mate, is where the laws are in this country and how easy it is for a guy who might be a well-behaved guy who might never have touched their partner, inappropriately, but only takes one phone call these days, mate. So you got to be really,
you've got to be on your toes. You've got to, like one thing that sort of helped me, and it's not always the tools in what you're reading, boys. It's also having that one-on-one convo. Like I don't know how many times I've picked up the phone to Charlie, and something can be written in black and white, and we can all read it and process it, but sometimes actually hearing it from someone's mouth and picking up that phone and reaching out for help instead of, reacting, like be a bit more proactive and pick up the phone and go, mate, this is how I feel. You're going to get an honest answer. It's all about pull your fucking head in and think. Take that 10 seconds, take that 5 seconds and really just think.
Good stuff, mate. Good stuff. And as I was saying, mate, about the way, the way the police are these days, I mean, you recently found yourself not through any really fault of your own, but you're back at a date in the courtroom again.
Yeah, and it's all to do with that past image that's painted. So I obviously have a very colourful record that you're instantly frowned upon. It doesn't matter how many courses you do. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many certificates you do. Men's behavioural program. They don't look at that. Your past is your past, and that's unfortunately what you get labelled at. But in this case, it was quite a different outcome. Like
very predetermined outcome by the authorities. Let's just say, without much investigation, that decision was made, and then all of a sudden, you're the one facing court again. Yeah,
like I won't go into too much detail.
No, of course.
It was to paint a little picture for you boys. It was basically an IVO order. We've never had any issues. Me and my partner. She's here now. She's pregnant. A good relationship, but it was a limited order, so there was no full order. It's limited. She's never agreed with them, but it only takes the next door neighbour or a parent that's overseas that doesn't know the full picture, that's concerned, and when these phone calls happen, they instantly go off your past, and that was where this led.
To get the phone call from you again, mate, saying, Charlie.
Yeah, so once again, there's a phone call to Charlie. What's going on here? I don't know how to cope with this. It wasn't a case of running around punching holes in walls. It was, a different reaction. It's pick up the phone, reach out.
It was very calm, man. It was very, hey, man, can I share what's going on? And I'm just like, wow. So, I mean, you weren't freaking, but you knew needed to respond.
I knew there was potential to be in some strife, which was not a good feeling.
And really it was all about painting you with a better light, essentially. I mean, I did a letter for you, obviously. You had a couple of other character references as well, I believe.
Yeah. So I had once again, the lovely partner stood up and said that's not the picture that's painted. This is, other people's concerns that aren't valid, and it's the way it got painted in a different perspective that wasn't the case at all. And along with Charlie's letter,
the authorities looked at the evidence and went, where is he? Yeah. So,
which is still like, let's not ignore the fact, like violence against women, like you got to respect that it is a big thing. It is happening. Like you've only got to look at Bendigo,
the laws wouldn't have got to where they are unless there was a lot of bad dudes out there. Let's say,
it's not something to take lightly, and they don't take it lightly. All the new laws are straight. Like every law now against women is changed. Like it's something to really put the effort in. You've got to make changes. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself.
Yeah, I think part of your defence was like, there was no outburst, there was no anger, there was that was the wrong place at the wrong time.
I'm not the perfect lad. There's definitely been times where I've lost me cool, but and then when you do get yourself on that bandwagon and do put that time into yourself, it can be a slap in the face when you get treated the same way. And
man.
It was only lucky that you can put and show some things you've done.
Well, you had good resources, man. I mean, I was able to do a letter for you. Who were the other? Well, doesn't really matter who it was, but you've got good relations with different parts of the community to seek some other talent.
So I had a football club that wrote a letter saying I'm great with the kids, help out with barbecues. I had a letter from Charlie, a letter from my bosses, any kind of leadership course. It all helps in the long run, but you've really got to believe in yourself and really believe in the change, and sometimes that's enough. But you just got to paint that picture.
No, the way you've come back from your injury, the way you have stayed in contact as well, mate, over time, it's been great. It's been great having you on the course. I've loved working with you. And mate, when's Bubs due?
October. So
October. Okay, well, it's going to come around pretty quickly.
Some more challenges there, but you just gotta cruise along with it. You got to identify the problems, start off, communicate, create those foundations, boys. Really create.
It's not the first for you, is it?
Nah, not the first, but we all know how women can be. The hormones are up in the air. You get the lack of sleep. The lack of sleep's there. You've just got to have expectations, boys. Like I'm in the process now. It never ends. We never stop learning.
Yeah, good stuff, man.
Bo,
thanks for your time tonight, man.
Yeah, more than welcome.
I appreciate you coming on, and as I said, hopefully your words. I mean, it's just another real guy that's gone through here, and hopefully it inspires some others to take that leap of faith and believe in themselves and jump in and see what we can do.
Yeah, 100%. Any questions, any dramas, always, boys, feel free to reach out. Charlie's got my contact details.
There you go, mate.
It's all about communication, lads. Stick together.
Too easy. Lovely, Bo. Take care, man. Speak soon.
You too, mate.
Thanks again. Well, there you have it, fellas. Another great interview. This time from Bo. Done some fantastic changes, moving in the right direction. But it all starts with a phone call. So copy that Calendly link if you're thinking about it. Book a time to speak with me, and let's see if we can turn the ship around.